YouTube is telling me most viewers are sticking to my videos for at least 18 minutes straight. That's pretty damn cool, dude. So I thank the subs. I thank you viewers. I thank all your likes, all your comments, and interaction is great. And I also want to thank the haters, man. 73. All right. And on the bench today, we got Mr. John Omrods, President Lincoln 2 Plus. Okay. Hey, John. I appreciate the work, man. All the way from Hawaii. Mahalo, brother. Thank you very much. So, you picked a fine radio? Absolutely. And you got yourself a KL703. Very nice amplifier. Now, we're gonna match this President Lincoln 2 Plus up just for that amplifier. Yes, sir. And I've used one for several years now. And it's my daily baby driver. Now, some people would say, well, that's really not a baby driver there, ground control. And, well, you know, it all depends on what you call a big dog amplifier, you know. I do have amplifiers that are, you know, well, let's say a lot more stronger. 500 watts peak is a decent daily driver, in my opinion. But we're going to get them matched up. We're going to get you all on the test equipment, man, and see what she's doing stock on sideband and AM real quick. Now, I have a lot of videos on this certain model, just like I do have several on 2950s and 2970s. So starting today and starting with your radio and your video, Mr. Omrod, things are just going to be a little bit quicker, okay? Because I have previous and prior videos with plenty of knowledge on this model. Same kind of goes for Striker a little bit. So I'm going to make it easier for the channel, inevitably easier for me when I'm editing videos, and it's going to be easier for the viewers, you know. So, yeah, here's to that. But we are going to keep it moving, all right? And we're going to get this thing hooked up and see what she's doing fresh out the box, all right? Hold on to something. And we're back. All right, man. This is before the conversion. Everything's stock. We're going to test her out on 28 megahertz. Okay. 25 watts in reverse. We're going to key up. Barely any reflected power, which is great. $50-watt scale. Almost a 4-watt dead key. Probably about 3.5. 100-watt scale. Reflect is all the way down. .28 megs. Reflect is at 0. And on the low side of the RF power, you have a 3.5-watt dead key. Okay? Give or take a few milliwatts. All right? 2-division carrier. Actually, let's turn the mic gain all the way down. RF power all the way up. 25 watts in reverse. Barely registering. Probably about 3/4 of a watt of reflect. Almost a 15-watt dead key. Got 14.5-watt dead key there, brother. Minimal reflect, okay? I'm gonna come back here, turn your RF power all the way down. Mic gain is gonna be all the way up. And we're gonna have some peak settings here. All right. We're gonna modulate. First we'll dead key, that 3.5-watt dead key, and then we'll modulate. Audio. Audio. Audio check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got an average swing of about 18 watts. Probably a max peak there of about 39 watts. You know, that limiter control, they're really tight on these radios, okay? All right, and another thing I want to show is I'm having certain problems sometimes with these presidents that come in here, man. I mean, fresh out the factory, I'm just not understanding it, but we're going to clean it up, and sometimes hiccups do happen at factory, okay? But I want to show on the O-scope, man, okay? 1 kilohertz tone coming up. All right, there's your 2-division carrier, okay? See, I'm not understanding that. That's a serious hiccup concerning a President Lincoln factory tune. This thing is, smack out the box. You know, guys? I'll go ahead and we'll do some zooming into the waveform right now. All right, I want to freeze that, okay? And I'm going to show you where my 1 kilohertz tone was. Okay. The gain of the 1 kilohertz tone is barely up. All right, we don't have a amplitude modulation compliant waveform here. Okay, like I told y'all guys before, there can be some factory hiccups, and it does happen. So what I want y'all to see if I can get this in there, and the waveform. Okay, so I want you to watch this. This is my audio gain for the 1 kilohertz tone. Now listen. Okay, so has nothing to do with that, and I'm gonna prove it. Now we're gonna turn the gain up, okay? Now it's actually supposed to be up and down right in the middle when you tune radios. Now see, when we lessen the audio tone, okay, the signal becomes a little bit better. That's not my equipment. That all my equipment is 50 ohms in compliance. Okay, so it has to do with the modulation circuit of the radio. We got it back to specs. Okay, so this is telltale sign, guys, that sometimes your radios are not as clean as you think they are, considering factory technicians who need to be in compliance with the Federal Communications Commission. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that is the gist of it. And actually, to tell you the truth, let's go ahead and turn down this mic gain as we injected 1 kilohertz tone and see if we can't clean it up. Okay. So we're going to have the mic gain from all the way up, 1 kilohertz tone, and then we'll back the mic gain back down real quick and just view the waveform and see how the radio reacts when you adjust the modulation circuit, or let's say the limiter circuit. Four o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock on the mic gain, 12 o'clock on the mic gain, 11 o'clock on the mic gain, 8 o'clock, and about now, this is where it's really under modulated, okay? Let's turn it back up, all the way up. Okay, so really, at no range of the mic gain, no matter where it's at, in comparison of a face of a clock, okay, we're still rolling it back down. We still can't get an amplitude modulated, in compliant waveform. We can't, okay? This is sawtooth bullshit, all right? And we don't do that here at the Black Ops Technology Bench. And we don't let radios get out of here like that. So, yeah, man. Without further ado, subscribers, viewers, Mr. Omrod, we're going to get this thing converted. We're going to show you what she's doing before this thing is packaged up and gone back to you, so you can hook that thing up and have some good DX, some good fun DX when the spring and summer hits. Now, we're still not at the, at the best solar cycle right now, but conditions are coming in and out, man. No doubt about it. Hey, hold on to something, because when we come back, this thing's going to be AC-doocy. No doubt about it. Let's get down to business. Okay. Here is your 11 meter conversion right there. All right. Now, some guys come on the channel and leave a comment. That's too big of a resistor, ground control. You can use a 1/4 watt resistor. I know, guys. I know you can use a 1/4 watt resistor. Yeah, absolutely. And I know you can use a lesser grade quality resistor than my Blue Buddy down there. I understand. 1/4 watt and a watt will work. Okay. I put a 2 watt in. No big deal. Definitely won't hurt nothing. Not at all. And that resistor, that component, won't get as hot as a 1 watter or a 1/4 of a watt. Okay. Also, with all amplifiers that aren't built with, 5 watt flyback resistors, that's one of my upgrades that I do. A cap upgrade and a flyback resistor upgrade. Of course, input tune and output tune as well. And I use 5 watt resistors for the flybacks, all right? And they're metal too, all right? So not carbon. And these are, considering amplifiers, a definite upgrade, okay? Not saying that this resistor is an upgrade. No, it's just an 11 meter conversion. I just choose to use a 2 watt. Okay, so you guys who choose to use a 1 watt and a 1/4 watt, cool, rock on, man. No big deal. All right. Anyways, Mr. Omrod. Okay, I'm going to use your radio real quick as a reference to reverse polarity. If anybody ever hooked up their power cord backwards, okay, it's not like the Striker 955, all right? The protective diode is actually right here, okay? Get my hand out the way and just use the handy dandy poker. All right. Primary protective diode. Secondary protective diode. If you hook it up backwards, you can't replace this one if it blows. If both of them blow, even if you replace both of them, your regulator is going to be shot, and a lot of things around here. Maybe even your DC transformer might even get shot. these caps might even blow as well. So food for thought, guys. All right, man. Everything's good, man. Mr. Omrad, this thing is going to kick ass. So now that it's converted, we're going to put our Black Ops tune to it and get it back on the equipment and show her what she's doing. Hold on to something. And we're back, man. We got you at 27205, channel 20 on the CB band. Band A, AM. Here's your channel button, all right? This is your VFO. That's not your channel button. And there's an underscore under each number, okay? So, see what I'm saying? That's not to be used. To change digits, you just click on it. See, it hopped over to the 5. Okay, so you can really go in between channels. All right, click it again to go to 0, 2, 7, 2, and back to 0. Okay, so that's your channel button here. 19, US Trucker channel, basically. All right, so the conversion is done. Mic gain is all the way down. RF power is all the way down. Now we tune this for the KL703 band, so this thing has just enough drive for the 703. Okay, now it can take up to a 6-watt dead key, but we don't recommend that. All right. Now after I modified mine, okay. Well, let's talk about before I modified it. With a 4-watt dead key, I was getting 125 watts, and it was peaking about 500. Okay. Now, after I mod this, and I don't have a video on my mods, but I'm surely going to bring it to the channel eventually. But after I did this, okay, I get a solid 300-watt dead key, and I peak 800, okay? And once it does hit my channel, the modification will be available for this model amplifier, no doubt about it. Anyways, mic gain all the way down, RF power all the way down. Reflect 0, 2-division carrier. Got you a 3.1 watt dead key, all right? Basically 3 watts. 27205. 27205. And we will come back here, brother. And RF power all the way up. Mic gain all the way down. Barely register. Your reflected power, all right, 25 watts in reverse. Your reflected power, as minimal as possible. 50-watt slug. 100-watt slug. All right. We kept it pretty stock, considering your dead key on the RF power, high side, okay? Now, we're going to bring it all the way back down. This is where you're going to run your amplifier. So before you key your radio up into that amplifier, each and every time, this is the first thing you check to make sure it's all the way down. These are not tough-ass samurai soldiers. These are not Toshiba pills, okay? They are not Toshiba or HG transistors. What's inside of here are RM3 field effect transistors, FETs, okay? And they do not like to be overdriven with wattage or overvolted, okay? And if you follow these simple instructions, man, all right, you'll have a great amplifier for a long time, okay? So first thing to check before you key up that amplifier is to make sure that is all the way down. All right, so let's check out some peak wattage. Mic gain all the way up. Analog, 50-watt scale. Audio. Look like we almost had about 28-watt average there. Swing. Audio. 25 that time. All right. Audio check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that was nice. Looked like a 58 watt max peak there and about an average swing of 21 to 22 watts. Audio check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, my mistake there. You got an average swing of about 38 there. Okay. And a max peak of 58 watts. Okay. Now, if you're going to be in your mobile, you know, and you got some noise, windows cracked, air conditioned, heat, whatever, just running it back a little bit, maybe about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock on the mic gain. It'll eliminate some of that background noise, okay? But as in a quiet, okay, controlled environment, like in this station, you can run this all the way up and get a really, really decent waveform, man, okay? And we don't have to worry about background noise coming up in there and everything. So remember, high noise environment, 3 o'clock on the mic gain. A quiet environment, you can turn it all the way up, okay? Now, if you add a power mic, things change. You're gonna have to run this radio back at 1 o'clock, all right? That's just the nature of the beast. 1 kilohertz tone coming up. Positive peaks up top are gorgeous. And of course, your negative peaks are gonna mimic just that. This thing is in compliance, man. I'm gonna add some gain to it, considering the 1 kilohertz tone. And she stays very stable. Back it back down a little bit. Now we're gonna roll through the wave and we're gonna zoom in. Check her out. Complete difference than when it first came in here. All right? All right, man. So she's squared away. I just corrected a President Udinen technician that's probably making about $48,000 a year. I just corrected that guy's work or her work. Whatever the case may be. All right, man. Hold on to something. We're going to bring Sideband up on the O-scope. And we're back, buddy. Okay. Got you on lower sideband. Two-tone for sideband coming up. Got an average swing there of about 28 watts. Max peak of 55. All right, man, she's doing her thing on sideband. All right, guys, that about wraps it up. Mr. Omrod. Thank you so much for your business again, sir. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And you know what I'm about to say? Mahalo, brother. This thing's coming back to you, man. Okay? Good purchase. And in my opinion, what a great tech shop you chose to bring it to. No doubt about it. Hey, guys, I appreciate your viewing. I appreciate your subs, man. And any support I get, man, trust me, it is duly noted. Not one of you guys who comment and interact, trust me, a lot of things I see, a lot of things make me smile, a lot of things make me want to high five you guys. Just have trouble keeping up with it all, okay? Especially the emails. I have trouble keeping up with it all, but I'm trying my best, and I don't want nobody forgotten behind, or left behind or nothing, man. Trust me. Trust me. I see you guys, man. No doubt about it. Well, you know who it is, man. Ground Control 204. Black Ops Technology. And we're gone.